Welcome, guys. Massive action. We're about to get started here with 2023 action and strategy planning. Let's see. So guys, massive action. We're about to get started here. What's up, guys? Welcome to Massive Action 2023. Going into the new year, man. We're going into this new year strong. And so I'm excited. We have a bunch of things we've been working on. Hopefully you can hear me pretty well. But let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you have something to write with before we get started. Make sure you have a tablet, some paper, pen, paper, or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna give you a bunch of to start off, I'm going to give you a bunch of tips and a bunch of just little reminders that will help you navigate through the year. And these are going to be some principles that you might want to adapt into your own life. And so we're live on YouTube as well. So if there's anybody joining us there, let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm gonna grab my chair. And I'm gonna maybe turn this light off. Let's see. It's not so bright in here. Just kind of kill the light a little bit. It's kind of bright. I'm gonna share my screen here in a bit as well. Yeah, that's why it's not too bright. Okay, there we go. Okay, got it, guys. So check it out. Let's get started. So look, make sure you're taking notes. We're about to get started here. Make sure you're taking notes. Make sure you have something to write with. I'm gonna go down this list pretty quick, and then I'm gonna break into the PDF download that I have for y'all. I'll put the link below if you're interested in getting that download. I'll give you the download. And basically, it's quite a bit of pages. That what I recommend on the download is I would recommend that you download it, put it on a flash drive, and then go like to FedEx or go somewhere where they can make copies, make some color copies, and then get it in a hole punch it, and then put it in a binder. and that's gonna be your planner for the year, right? So I highly recommend you do that. It's gonna be very, very beneficial if you do that. The reason why I'm saying to do that is so that you have something hard copy that you can go back and look at and review and make adjustments. Okay. So look, let's get started here. So let me know when you're ready. I'm going to share this real quick. I'm going to share this real quick with a bunch of people. Let me see, so they can get on the call. Okay, so hold on. Let me take this as soon as possible. Give me 1 second, guys. We're about to get started here. Make sure that you can go grab something to write with, even if you're on your phone. You can open up your notes in your phone, and you'll actually be able to see the video and you can take notes at the same time. So I highly recommend you also do that as well. Let's see, where's this at? I gotta send this link to some people in our private group. We have a private alliance, and we get on weekly calls, and we kind of just review our game plan, and we review our strategies, and we come up with different tactics to overcome those obstacles. But I can send that replay later. I wanted to send this so if they had any questions, but let's get started. So look, here we go. Look, so make sure you have something to write with. We're about to get started. I'm going to run down these pretty quick. Please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, or if you're live, you can post them on the YouTube, and I'll see your questions. Also, if you're very interested in the alliance, we have a private alliance group that we implement all these strategies that we talk about. We talk about them, we go over them, we implement them. We talk about the obstacles, and I help you get over those obstacles. Okay, so look, okay, let's go. First word is going to be keep writing. Okay, when I say keep writing, that means write down your vision, write down your plans, write down what your obstacles are, write down what you have to do for the next day. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, look, a lot of times we try to remember everything, and so we have all these things that we're trying to remember, our ideas that we have, and what happens is we try to store these ideas with things that we got to do, and then what happens is the things that we have to do for the day become more important than our ideas. So then our ideas get put on the back burner, or they get forgotten. So look, always keep writing before you go to bed, in the morning, during lunch. Just make sure you're writing what your goals are, what the to-do list is. I always like to say, instead of putting to-do list, goals, I put to-do list. So that might be something to start with, right? You can say, okay, 2023, what is my to-do list? To-do list, you know what I mean? To-do list. Or you can say, just Put list, like important list to things I need to do for the year. You know, priority list or whatever you want to do. Because whenever we put the word goals in front of it, it starts to create some resistance, and we don't like resistance. Like whenever we feel like there's some kind of resistance, our body goes into either it's gonna be like a fight, what is it, fight, flight, or panic mode, right? So look, you always want to keep that in mind, and rename your list. Just rename it, okay? Whatever feels comfortable for you, that doesn't seem like it's going to create any resistance, okay? You know, try to work out at least 30 minutes a day. I started doing a lot of a lunchtime workout. I'll go during lunch and I'll get a good hour workout in. That's always good. Or I'll go in the lunchtime, and I'll go also at evening. And the reason why this is important is just to keep your blood flowing, man. I mean, it's crazy because a lot of times whenever you don't feel like going to the gym, but when you go to the gym, it starts to get your blood flowing, it starts to get your ideas thinking, and you get to process better. So you actually come back more productive, more energized. So it actually creates a little bit more energy, okay? Listen to positive information, okay? When I say listen to positive information, always make sure that you have some audio books on your phone, audibles. Make sure you have the audibles, and make sure you're listening to some information that's going to be beneficial, that's positive, that's going to keep you growing. You don't want to be always listening to rap, and you don't always want to be listening to just the news and stuff. You want to just fill yourself with positive information. Something's going to make you grow and learn, okay? Also, talk positive, man. It's going to be a good one. Talk positive, right? And so the reason why I'm saying talk positive is because maybe we have a habit of just saying negative things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, for example, people might say, oh, man, you know what? I'm so fat. Oh, man, I'm getting, you know, I gained so much weight. Or I have a bad eating habit. Or it's negative language, right? And so whenever you voice that negative language or that negative talk, it almost like reinforces it. You understand? So do away with any negative talk, because look, like that also influences you. So when you say something negative about yourself, you're reinforcing that it's true, and in fact it's not true. It's just an opinion that you have. So you got to reinforce your language, right? Say, you know what, I'm not going to say that anything negative about myself or about others, because the negative language will start to grow on you. It'll start to grow on your character. It'll start to grow on your environment. It'll start to influence people around you, and you're not going to like the effects of that. Okay. Focus on the solution, not the problem. Okay. So this is going to be a very powerful one. Focus on the solution, not the problem. Have you ever been do you know someone that they always bring you the problem? Like they call you and they say, hey, we have a problem. We have a problem, right? That's a good example of someone that always thinks about the problem. They don't think about the solution. So look, moving forward, every obstacle, I don't even like to say problem. I like to say obstacle. It's an obstacle. It's not a problem. It's an obstacle. It's something that you have to figure out how to get over. Okay. So every obstacle that's presented to you, always try to figure out the solution for it. Always figure out, okay, what are 3 or 5 ways we can overcome this? Even someone that's close to you, if they have a bad habit of saying that, they always want to bring you the problem. Say, hey, you know what? Let them know. Say, hey, do you know that you also have a mind, and you have a brain to think? Why don't you come up with some solutions? So give them that option. Always say, hey, instead of bringing me the problems, bring me solutions. Okay. Next one we're going to talk about is Take high levels of action, right? So look, massive action is about just always pushing yourself when you don't want to be pushed. And it's a massive action always, what it is, it's a symbol. Okay. Massive action is a symbol, right? And whenever you think of massive action, or whenever you see the word massive action, or whenever you come across our YouTube channel, you see some of my content, and it's like massive action. Massive action is similar to when you see like a stop sign. When you see a stop sign, it says stop, like you stop, right? And so now a lot of times you don't even have to think about stopping, but you just see the sign and stop, right? So that what they did was, that's a symbol, and what that symbol does, it triggers you. It triggers you to take an action. And so because you've already trained you already trained yourself that when you see this trigger, when you see this symbol, you automatically take an action. So massive action, the word massive action is actually a symbol. When you see the word massive action, it's a symbol for you to say, hey, you know what? Do one more rep, make one more call, work one more hour, come in 1 hour earlier, do that one little extra step, do that one little extra step. You understand? Do that one extra step. That's going to be the symbol for massive action. That's going to be it's going to have a compound effect, right? So you want to start to train yourself to say, hey, massive action, man, massive action. Because look, let me tell you what it also means. Massive action is a reminder. Massive action is a reminder that, you know what, that people are counting on you. Massive action is a reminder that people are relying on you. People put their life in your hands to take care of them. Your kids, your wife, your family put their life in your hands because they're assuming that you're going to be in control. You understand? So whenever you make excuses, whenever he says, oh man, I don't feel like going to work today, I don't feel like working out today, I don't feel like eating healthy, I don't feel like writing down my goals, I don't feel like working, I don't feel like doing these action plans, I don't feel like doing these strategies, I don't feel like doing these tactics, I don't feel like reading these books, I don't feel like watching these videos, I don't feel like spending an hour every day training and getting better. You're not hurting anybody, you're just hurting the people that rely on you. You understand? It's like your kid's coming over to you and says, hey, I'm hungry, Dad, I'm hungry, Mom. And you're saying, man, I don't feel like feeding you today. I'm just tired. I'm just too tired. You have to get out of that and remember, massive action is you're responsible for someone else. So protect that and be grateful that you have that responsibility. Understand? So be grateful that you have that responsibility. So take high levels of action, right? Like I said, share this one kind of reverts back. Share the positive and cut out the negative. So always share the positive in things. Don't share the negative in things. And so look, a lot of times we want to point out the negative, and I admit this is one of my bad habits. I would always point out the negative in things. Not negative, but I always have like a real high standard. So if things aren't my way or things aren't the way that I would like them to be, I always make a comment, and I've had to back up a little bit and not be so direct, but come at a different angle with it. Say the positive, say hey, you know what? Maybe moving forward, can we do this better? Can we do that better? Instead of just going in with the negative. So remember that it's always going to be very, very good, especially when you're the leader of a household or where you're leader of an organization. You want to make sure that that you're leading with the positive first. Okay. Turn this way. I'm kind of at an angle here. So look, guys, next one's going to be don't complain, man. Don't complain. So You don't want to be known as a complainer, man. Male or female, you don't want to be known as a complainer. You understand? And male, especially men, like men, man, you don't want to be known as a complaining guy, you know. And to the females, like you don't want to be a complainer to your spouse. You don't want to be always complaining, because look, you know, they're men are we're out there like grinding it out. We're out there fighting, killing, and hunting, and you know, trying to conquer this mountain and empire and build. We're builders. We're men of action, right? The last thing we need is a lady complaining about something that's petty. You understand? Don't complain, man. Male or female, don't complain. It's not worth it. You're wasting your energy when you can be, you know, using that energy to be creative. So don't complain, be creative. You know, be creative. You know, figure out how you can be creative. Instead of complaining to a man, ask more questions to be more creative with it, and overcome the obstacles. No one wants a complainer. Be grateful. When I say be grateful, like you know, a lot of times we get comfortable, and we forget what got us here. We forget the people that got us here. We forget that someone sacrificed to provide a better future for us, right? And so a lot of times we take that for granted. So you always got to remember, hey, you know what? Someone paved the way for you. You know, someone paved the way for you. So someone went with no shoes. Someone went eating out of trash. Someone traveled thousands of miles so that you can have a better life. So be grateful. And so remind yourself that, hey, you know what? Like, I am grateful. I am grateful. And so whenever you're grateful, it creates a positive chemistry, and it creates this positive energy. It's attractive to other entrepreneurs. It's attractive to other people with money. Okay, be grateful. Motivate others, man. Motivate others. You know, motivate others, and be the one that lifts people up. And I'm gonna share something to add to this, right? So if you're gonna motivate others, make sure you're a self-starter. Make sure you're a self-starter. And what I mean by that is like don't be the guy that or the girl that has to be motivated every day. Don't be the guy or girl that has to be motivated every day. Like you have to be a self-starter. You understand? People don't like, even though I'm telling you to motivate others every day. If you have a big obstacle, if you have a big why, if you have a big because goal, like if you're gonna like if you're wanting to conquer some major shit, you don't want to be motivating people around you every day. Like you don't want to have to be motivating them every day. So man, if you're the type that has to be motivated every day, like you need to start you need to motivate yourself. You need to be a self-starter. People will give you more respect if you're a self-starter. Okay, so look, let me give you a few tips. I'm going to go into confidence, right? So the next one is confidence. Have fucking confidence in yourself. Like just have confidence in yourself. Say, you know what? You know, like I'm going to do this. Like I understand what I need to do, and I understand who I need to be, and I need to be that person. And have that confidence. Have that confidence, because look, you can't expect to have confidence when you have to be motivated. You can't expect to have confidence when you're making excuses. You can't expect to have confidence when you're not even showing up. You understand? You got to show up every day. You got to show up. Okay. And then that leads to respect, because look, if you demand respect, you got to have confidence to people to say, hey, you know what? This guy has confidence. I'm going to respect that. You know what I'm saying? And confidence flows into the next one is feelings, emotional state. Okay, look, emotional control. This all combines, man. Like, look, emotional control, respect, and confidence. Okay, you can't expect to have you can't expect to have respect if you don't have no emotional control, and you can't expect to have confidence if you don't have no emotional control. You understand? So look, those all combine together. Those all combine together. So look, man. First, decide, make a decision. Decide means cut off. So say, look, I'm going to be in emotionally control myself. What that means is like, you understand how to control your emotions. In fact, if you expect to dominate your industry, if you expect to be the man, if you expect to be moving forward, in a strong momentum, feelings are out the window, man. You gotta say, you know what, like, fuck the feelings. I need to really be serious with my life. I need to be serious with my decisions. I need to be serious with my actions. And because you're serious with that, you're gonna get more confidence. You understand? You're gonna get more confidence. And so I'm gonna break something down really quick. Let me get my notes up. I have a bunch of notes, and I know we're going to be on here for a while. So I appreciate everybody that's joining us. Please leave your questions in the comments. I will get back to you on your questions. Also, if you're interested in the Alliance group, let me know about that as well. Just say, hey, I'm interested in the Alliance. Can you reach out? And we'll set up a call and see if you qualify to get into that Alliance group. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys, look. So I'm going to go into this about the confidence thing. So confidence starts with commitment. So we're still on the respect, confidence, and the emotional control, right? So that's where we're at right now. We're still on that number. I'm not sure what number it is. I'm just going down. I have a bunch of numbers. I'm just going to keep going and going and going. And then I'm going to give you the PDF for 2023. And when you combine all this stuff, you're going to fucking have a lot of value. Okay. So look, it starts with a commitment, a personal commitment to yourself. So say, you know what, in 2023, this is the person that I'm going to be. So you're almost reinventing yourself. So you have to decide, say, hey, you know what, who do I want to be 2023 moving forward? Who's the person that I want to be? How does that person look? How does that person act? How does that person represent themselves? How is that person viewed? How is that person talk? How does that person study? How does that person eat? How does that person work out? define all these things, just break it down. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Then make a commitment to it. Make a personal commitment. If you can make a public commitment to people around you that you care about, that people are not going to dog you, make that commitment. Say, hey, you know what? Next year, I'm reinventing myself. Don't expect me to be doing that bullshit no more. I'm a different person, man. Don't if you have a bad habit of going to the club, if you have a bad habit of drinking, smoking, whatever, you have to make a commitment and say, hey, you know what? I'm going this way now. You make that commitment, what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of courage because you're moving forward, right? Dan Sullivan talks about the 4 C's, right? It's commitment, courage, capability, and then confidence, right? And what he means by that is like, first you make the commitment, then that you have the courage, right? Because you made that commitment. Then the capabilities. So as you're moving, you're learning, and as you're learning, you get the more confidence. So that's how you get your confidence. So you have to make a commitment first before you get the confidence. Okay. So once you get the confidence, then you're gonna get the respect, and then you're gonna have the emotional control, right? Because look, it all flows together. You can't have emotional control and then expect to have then want to have respect. So it all flows together, guys. So I hope I hit on some points there. Oh, the next one is gonna be a good one. Never quit. Man, that's a good one. Never fucking quit, man. Never quit, man. I've the last couple of years, man, we've had some people quit, and I don't know if you've read that book. I think it's called Diamonds of Acres, where this company, they were digging for diamonds. And they had this big piece of land, and they were digging, right? And they said, man, I know, like, from all the data that we did, I know there's diamonds here. That I know there's something here, like it's valuable stuff. It's in the ground. So what they'll do is they'll get these big tractors and they'll dig layers and layers to the rock. And then they process all this stuff, and then they find to see if there's diamonds or minerals or gold in that. And so they're just digging in different spots, right? Because they know that there's pockets there, right? So they're trying to locate the pockets, right? And so they spend years, going broke. They're just eating eating whatever, like just canned foods. They're just trying to survive. They're like, man, we put all our money, we bought our family's money. We did everything, and it's not working, but they know that from the data they got that there's something there. They're just digging here, they're digging there, they're trying to find it. They have all these thousands of acres that they're over, right? And so they decided to give up. They quit. They said, it's too hard, it's too hot, I'm hungry, I'm tired. I don't want to work. I don't want to work early. I don't want to work late. I don't want to work on the weekends. I'm tired of it. You understand? So they gave up. They quit. As soon as they quit, someone that's not a quitter says, hey, you know what? I'll do it. The data said there's something there. We just gotta keep digging till we find it. A couple months later, the new guy hit the jackpot. Multi-millionaire, hit the gold, diamonds, like he hit the jackpot. The point of the story is there's a lot of times you want to give up. There's a lot of times when it's too hard, you're tired, you're burnt out, nothing's going your way, you haven't had any wins. But that next dig, that next push, that next obstacle, that next hour, that next call, that next appointment, it can be the one. You understand? So don't ever quit, man. Don't ever quit. Don't ever quit. That leads us into the next one. Okay. If you're taking notes, make a list of the 5 people that's around you the most. Or make a list of the 5 people that are you associate with being in your network, right? So you're saying, you know what, like these are the people, the people that I know that make the most money, they're friends of mine. List those people, right? So list the people, 5 people, at least 5 people that are close to you, that are within your network, right? Okay. And so maybe next year you need to add some people or remove some people to that network, because your network is your net worth. What I mean by that is like the people that you get information from, the people that you're bouncing ideas, the people that you are talking about the same stuff, whatever they're making, whatever that combined, that's your net worth. You understand? So like if you hang around with people that only make 50,000 a year, they only make 30,000 a year, your network's gonna fall within that range. But if you're around people that make 100, 200,000 a year, 300,000, 500,000, a million a year, your network's gonna increase, because now you're speaking a different language, you're getting different information, you're getting new ideas. They're raising your value up. Okay, so you always want to make sure that you're looking at your circle, and you're saying, okay, is my circle staying the same? Is it growing? What is it doing? Is it reducing, or are they expanding? Are they growing me? Are they lifting me up? Right. So you always want to be evaluating your circle and your network. Okay, your network is going to be your net worth. So what I mean by that is like those relationships that you have are going to help you whenever you're going over bigger obstacles, right? For example, if you know someone that makes, $1 million a year, right? And they're in your network, and you're maybe making 100K a year, right? And you want to get to 150, or you want to get to 200, or you want to get to 500, right? What are the chances of them giving you strategies to overcome the obstacles that you're dealing with? If they were at that level at one time, they're going to give you the strategies. They're going to give you the obstacles. I mean, the tactics. It says, hey, you know what? Hey, so I'm dealing with this in my business. How can I overcome this? What do you think I should do? Hey, well, you know what? We were once at that point. This is what we did. Or you know what? Hey, right now you're in your life. You're going through this and this. It sounds like you need to create some new stream of income. It sounds like you need to improve your skills. Hey, do X, Y, Z. Boom. All right. They're going to help you. They're going to help you increase your net worth. Okay. So your net worth is everything. Okay. Speed. Okay. Look, this is one thing that I like. I love doing things with speed. So what I mean by that is like, after this webinar, after this video, you're going to take notes. Okay. And so I need you, and I challenge you to start to implement something. Like, say, you know what, I'm going to take these 5 and I'm going to implement these. I'm going to do it. Do it fast. Don't overthink it. Don't, well, maybe I should wait till, next week. Maybe I'll just wait till, give me a week or so to adjust my schedule. Wait till like do it, like try to do it as fast as possible. If you're looking to build a business online, build a website, build a Facebook page, build a flyer, build start to promote it. Start to promote whatever you're looking to do. If you're looking to write down your to-do list, your vision, do it now. Take some time. Say, you know what? I'm gonna go for a drive. I'm gonna go for a walk. Take a tablet. Go to the gym. Whatever. Start to write. Say, you know what? before now that I'm in the flow, now I'm in the energy, now that I got the frequency, I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go write down everything that I want to envision for the next year. I want to know what I'm gonna forecast what my December 31st is gonna look like. I'm gonna forecast it right now of what that's gonna look like, so that I have a vision and I have a clarity of what that's gonna do and what actions that I need to do to move forward. So speed is everything. So make sure that you act on this stuff. Don't just think about it and don't just talk about it. Like, make sure you're doing something, okay? Next one is demand respect, man. Demand respect, demand respect. That's just it. Demand respect moving forward. 2023, demand respect, and respect yourself, respect your body, respect your health, respect your mind. Okay. If you respect that, if you respect your mind, your body, your soul, you're able to demand respect. You understand? You're able to demand respect. So let's see. Another one is going to be, sometimes you gotta shut up and listen. Shut up and listen, man. If someone's giving you advice, if someone's trying to give you a strategy, give you tips, shut up and listen. A lot of times we want to be the one that's doing all the talking, but a lot of times we have to go into a room and listen to people, listen to their ideas, listen to their opinions, and don't be just so judgmental. Listen to what they're going through, see why they think like that. You can learn something in every situation. You can learn something from everybody. Okay? Even the laziest person, you can learn something from them. Right? Ask, just listen to them talk. Says, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Oh, I see why, I see why they're so lazy. Now I understand. Now I know what to avoid. So I just learned something instead of judging that person. You know what I'm saying? So always want to listen. Let's see what else we got. Man, okay, read books. Physically read books, man. There's audibles, there's YouTube, and then there's actually like physical books. So physical books is going to be very beneficial because now you're processing the information. The audible book is I want to say like the audible books is like a vitamin, right? So like whenever you're listening to an audible book, it's like a vitamin. The physical book is actually like an actual workout. So you're actually into the workout. You're actually in it. You're actually documenting it. You're taking notes. You're highlighting. So that's actually like the workout. So the audible book is like a vitamin. The podcast is like a vitamin. YouTube is like a vitamin. So if you can implement those, do the podcast, do the audibles, and do the books, and take notes. Okay. If you can do some online stuff, some online courses, that's also going to be a good, powerful workout, because now you're working the brain. Now you're working your mind. Now you're working, to process and to think and to come up with strategies and tactics. Okay. Right. Think of ways moving forward 2023. Make some notes here. Protect your time. Protect your time. And what I mean by that is like, you're going to have to learn to tell people no. Learn to tell people no in a nice way. Whatever you maybe you can Google something, how to tell people no in nice ways. YouTube something, how to tell people no in nice ways. Because the more no's you say, the more time you get back to focus on your to-do list, to focus on the lifestyle that you're in control of. Focus on the responsibility that you have been given to lead your family. So if you can tell people no, that gives you your time back to focus more on the obstacles that's in front of you to bring your family forward. So there's nothing wrong with telling people no. Tell them in a positive way, or say, hey man, you know what? I would really like to help you, but right now, man, I have a lot of projects that I'm working on, and I would hate to commit to you and fall short. So I'm gonna have to say no. I'm sorry. Okay. That's all you gotta say. Hey man, hey Stan, can you do this? Man, I would really like to do it, but I can't right now. I'm sorry. I have a full schedule. I'm sorry. Okay. So protect your time, man, and that's gonna help us roll into the calendar, right? And so you can use your Apple Calendar if you have it on your phone, or you can use the Google Calendar. I like the Google Calendar. And basically what you want to do on the calendar is you want to write out all the stuff that you want to do for the year. Okay? Stuff that you want to kind of designate that time already. And the reason why you want to designate that time already is so that you can say, oh man, my calendar's already full. I already have something on my calendar. I'm sorry. And so now what you're doing is you're fitting people that might distract you into areas that that you're not busy. So for example, every morning we start our meeting at 7:30. Our meeting turns on. So that means 7:30 to 8 is meeting time, right? So 7:30 to like 8:30 is like meeting time. So I have that time blocked off, right? Appointments are 10:30. Drop-offs are 2:30, right? Mondays is financing. Tuesdays is marketing. Wednesdays is real estate. And so I time block all these things off, right? If I have appointments, I put my appointments in there. I put workouts in there. I put meals in there. I put date night in there. I put birthdays in there. I put trips on there. I put this training. I put all like study time. I just fill my calendar with things that I know that I need to do to help me go through the year. And let me tell you something that's very, very powerful, man. This is something else. So look, I'm gonna go into calendar and something else because we'll be here all day. We haven't even got started into the business plan yet, to the next year PDF. I'm gonna give that to you here shortly. I'm gonna give you the download for that. So I want you to download that. But look, the mapping for the calendar is gonna be very powerful. And also too, you can go to Office Depot and they sell like the big calendars. You can also do that if you want to put that in your bathroom or somewhere. I'm actually doing all my on my Googles, but I might even do the calendar to write it down. I like to see it visual, especially if you're working out. Like let's say if you have on your calendar workout, so many days, and then you check it off, and you can go back and you can actually check what days you worked out, or you can do like weigh yourself. You can do your weight, like for example, weigh yourself on January 3rd, on 1st, and then you can kind of weigh yourself throughout the year to see if you're staying on track, to see where you're at. If you're doing the body fat, if you're doing the muscle mass, you could track all that stuff as well, right? So the calendar is going to be very important, especially like for date nights. Because look, one thing that we did was Thursday nights, we put on the calendar date night. So Thursday is date night all the year, right? And so what happens is now we know we have date on Thursdays. So now we don't plan anything on those Thursdays. Some days we don't go, but but the majority of we go. So the date nights are going to be important. That's something that we put on our calendar to remind us, hey, on Thursdays we have date night at 7. You know what I mean? 7 to 10, whatever the time. Date night. Right? So we put all that down there. You can also do like lunch dates. You can do your study time, your workouts, your meals, review your finances. You can put stuff that you need to do that's going to help you move the needle forward and help you get to that next level, right? So that goes into the habit thing, right? So look, so habits for the next year, we want to adjust our habits, right? So I know everything bounces off of back. Everything bounces back off of habits, right? And what I mean by that is like, they say, okay, what new habits are you going to acquire? You need to drop one new habit. I mean, you need to get one new habit and take one new habit out, right? That's the kind of like the talk, right? But let's talk about something a little bit more solid, a little bit, let's create a little bit more structure with that. So what does your routine look like? And so start to look at habits through your routine. Because look, what is your morning routine? Okay. What is the from morning to lunch? What does that routine look like? Wait, from lunch to dinner, what does it look like? From dinner to bedtime, what does it look like? And so start to create like a routine, right? So in the morning, if you say, how, like, write down your routine, say, hey, in the morning, I want to get up, no phone until 8 o'clock, right? So from 7 or from 6 to 8, it's going to be my time. I'm going to study. I'm going to work out. I'm going to just kind of get, make some, prepare my lunch for the work for the day. Get my vitamins, get my shake in, get my juice in or whatever. Right? Maybe review my notes for the day. So that's going to be your routine. So the routine, look. So if you want a habit of eating healthy, right? You're gonna say, okay, this year I want a habit of just eating healthier. Okay, so what is that? What do I have to do? Okay, that means I have to meal prep, and that means I gotta do count my macros, and I want to eat healthy because I want to look better for the holidays, and I'm getting older, and I want my health and my back and my. So you want to kind of define all that stuff, right? But look. What if I said, hey, my routine is like I get up at 6 or get up at 7 or whatever every time you get up. I go over my goals, my list for the week, for the month, right? What I got to do. And then I prepare my meals for the day, lunch and dinner meals. I prepare those. It takes me 30 minutes or whatever. Then I get my stuff together. I drive to the office. On the way to the office, maybe I'm listening to an audio book, maybe some positive message, right? And so look, what you did was that routine got you doing the healthy meal because the routine was to prepare your meal. Okay, so now what you did was you incorporated your routine to change your habits. You understand? So that's how you want to move forward to the next year. Because like if you say, I got to change my habits, so what am I going to do? Well, that means I got a meal prep. Okay, now I got a meal prep. When am I going to meal prep? Well, I don't know when I'm going to meal prep. So you don't really have a routine to meal prep. So if you have a routine, it helps. One thing that I would do is we just recently moved, so my routine had to change a little bit. But now I'm restructuring the routine. But before, what I would do every Sunday, I would cook a bunch of turkey patties. I will cook like 6 or 12 turkey patties. I'll put them in the freezer or in the refrigerator, and that was my meal prep for the week. So I would cook a bunch of turkey patties. They were already ready, right, on the grill. Then I would buy the vegetables that you microwave. I would buy the pack of those. So I had the pack of vegetables. Then I had all the turkeys that I made. So that was easy for the week. That was easy to meal prep. And so I did that on Sunday. So it was part of my routine. So I just did it. It wasn't like a habit. I just did it. But what it did was it allowed me to eat healthier, and in return, helped me lose muscle, body fat, helped me gain muscle mass because I was working out. And so that routine had a compound effect to it. So look, think of everything as a routine, not as a habit. How can I change my routine? Can I do something? What is my lunch routine? Am I going out to eat with everybody during lunch every day, or should I change my routine and maybe go walking? So that's a routine, right? So like that routine. So look, if you say, you know what, in the morning I'm going to get my meal ready, but for lunch I'm going to go walking for 30 minutes, and then I can eat for 30 minutes. That's an hour. So now you change your routine, and now it's going to give you a longer. It's going to benefit you longer. Okay. So look at your habits like that. And so always start with whenever it comes to habit or goals, to-do list. You always want to start with the most least resistance. I talked about that earlier. Starting with the least resistance is going to be the easiest thing to do, because if you try to change your routine and your habits and all this stuff, like dramatically, you're gonna be overwhelmed. You might be able to do it for a couple of days, but you're gonna revert back because it's too much resistance, and we don't operate like that. Like you can, as you get more and more disciplined, you can just make those changes because you create it's they're called because goals, right? So because goals is you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna eat healthier because I want to be able to play baseball with my grandkids, and I want to be able to take them on trips, and I want to be able to enjoy vacations with them. I want to be able to run. I want to be able to have my shirt off. I want to be able to be active. I want to be able to dance. I want to be able to have fun. I want to be able to party. I want to be able to just travel and move around, be mobile, at an older age. So I know that I have to eat healthy now because I want to be there for I want to have a good time with my grandkids. I want to make sure that I can educate them. I want to take them places. I want to show them what's possible. I want to give them experiences. You understand? So the because goal is big. So have a because goal behind your goal, right? Okay. So that's how it starts. So I'm going to get into, let me see if I missed anything here. Treat others with a great attitude, man. Just treat others, man. Just treat others with a good attitude. Just treat them with a good attitude, and it'll come back to you. Like, just have that positive attitude for yourself. Just have it for yourself, and and you always want to. I'm going to add this, right? Whenever you feel like someone is going through something, or maybe someone's late, or maybe someone didn't do what you asked, or maybe someone didn't answer their phone, or maybe someone pissed you off, right? You always want to come and say, hey, man, is everything okay? You don't want to say, why didn't you do this? Why? So, hey, is everything okay? Because you don't really know what's going on. Like, you don't want to just bust out on someone that that's going through a trauma right now in their family or something. You don't want to just run out and say something crazy. So you always want to say, hey, man, is everything okay? Is there anything I can help with? No, everything's good. Okay. Why were you late? Like, what, can you tell me why you were late? Oh, man, but if you say, hey, man, is everything okay? Yeah, man, man, I had a flat this morning, and, didn't go well. It took me forever, and my phone was in the truck. And I didn't. So, oh, man, that's cool. I understand, man. It happens. Things happen. I was worried about you because you were late. Oh, man, I apologize. But if they say, no, man, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's okay. All right, cool. What, like, you're running behind, or what's going on? Oh, man, I just overslept. Really? Everything okay? Like, yeah, long night. Are you sure everything okay? You ever stressed out? No, man, I was just. So what I'm doing is I'm getting to the real reason why. You understand? Oh, man, we partied last night. You know what I mean? We partied last night, had a good time. Overslept. All right. So that means that so in my mind, I'm saying, okay, that means that you're not really serious about what you want to do. Or I'll ask, hey, so you're not really serious about what you want to do, or what? What do you mean? Well, I mean, we're giving you, you have an opportunity, and you told me that, you wanted to do this for your family, and you wanted to, buy a house, you wanted to invest, and you wanted to, make some money this year. But now you're telling me that you're just partying. Oh yeah. It's just one night, man. We just had to, yeah. But I mean, but if you gave your word that you were going to commit, so I'm just, because look, man, like you don't want to waste your time with people that aren't committed, and so you have to kind of weed through these people. So I know we went off the subject there. Let's see. I'm going to give you some bonus things right here too, and then we're going to go into the PDF. So always do your homework, all right? get the facts. So whenever you're confronted with an obstacle, whenever you're confronted with something, make sure you take some time and try to get the facts before you jump into something crazy. Always try to get the facts. Always try to figure out what you can figure out. Like get the details. Do some research. Even learn from others. That's a good one. Another bonus here is find a good place to think. Find a good place to think. And what I mean by that is like uh we're going every day. Like we get up and we're moving. We're moving forward. We're business with our family, with our careers. Take some time and just reflect on everything that happened. Take some time and reflect and say, hey, you know what? Like, man, I want to know. I'm kind of trying to process this. I know he came at me like this, and when I said this, he got upset. I wonder why he got upset. I wasn't my tone. I wonder if I should work on skills of communication. I wonder if so you start to process and you start to reflect on your day to how to make the next day better, right? So make reflecting like a rhythm. Make reflecting like a rhythm, almost like the routine, right? So just like reflecting needs to be part of it's a habit. So in order to reflect on that rhythm, you got to incorporate it in your routine. So that's going to be very, very powerful. Okay. Let me see what I have here. All right, guys, we're gonna get into the PDF right now. Let me share my screen. Let's see. I think it's gonna be. Hmm. Just opened it. Let's see. Where's that? Hmm. Oh, here it is. Okay, check it out. So let's get started here. All right, I'm gonna share my screen here. We just started. Where's it at? Let's see. Hmm. Oh, it's right here. Okay, let me do this one. Here it is, guys. Massive action, guys. Let's go. All right, guys, ready? We're back. This is the yearly strategy planning. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to the PDF below. But I always like to revert back to this exercise. And so, you can have a tactic, you can have a strategy. But without direction, without the direction, we're not really going to know what strategy or tactic to use, right? I always like to give the example of, let's say if we had to cut down a tree, right? Let's say we had to cut down a tree, and we knew that if we hit the tree on the bottom, it'll fall over, right? Excuse me. We knew someone told us, hey, if you hit the tree, it'll fall down. Hold on, let me get some water. Okay, so we decide to hit the tree with a fish, and they said, man, if you hit the tree, it'll eventually chop down the tree, right? Well, we'll be chopping that thing forever. Like we're never gonna take down the tree. So now we have to say, okay, our mission is to get this tree down, okay? Why do we want to get this tree down? Well, because we need this tree to help us build a boat, and we need this tree to help us build a roof over our cabin to protect our families, and the branches, we're going to use those for the winter to keep our furnace for the house working, right? Got it. Okay. So now we're gonna say, okay, well, how fast do we need to cut down this tree? Okay, we would like to cut the tree down in 1 month. Got it. Okay. So we know why we want to cut the tree down. We know how fast we want to cut the tree down. Now, what are we going to use to cut the tree? Okay, well, I know we can use an axe. Okay. Okay, who's going to cut the tree? Well, there's 3 of us. Okay, so if we want to cut the tree down, we got to probably go in a different, like a schedule of who's going to cut it. That way we can be consistent on cutting it. Okay, got it. Okay, so what we're doing is we're breaking it down to an actual, like a game plan. You understand? So this starts with first discovering where our destination. What are we trying to do? Where are we trying to go? Okay, so look. Then it's like, okay, so now we're going to use an axe. We're going to use a chainsaw, right? And then we'll say, okay, well, what are some tactics? Okay, some tactics are maybe if we cut at this angle, then we cut this angle. Maybe another tactic is maybe you cut this side, maybe I cut that side. Another tactic is there's different things, right? So different things you can use to achieve that goal, to achieve that obstacle a lot quicker, right? So look, let's start seeing, getting a basic idea of the direction that we would like to move. So you're gonna have to download this and definitely like take some time to note it down. Like take some time to think about where we want to go. What's the goal? So I'll let y'all think about this for a little bit. If you want to take a screenshot of it, you can. but what I'm gonna do is I'll pause it. I'll play some music and just take some time and just visualize, hey, where exactly where we like to go this year? Where would we like to be at? What would we want our life to look like? You know, this you know, and you can go as like big as you would like to dream. And so we're gonna say, okay, what is the craziest thing that we can do this year? Okay, now let's kind of break it down and say, okay, like we know we can do these things, right? So look, I want you to start to put it on paper now. Visualize and think about, okay, what do we want our life to look like next year, so we can actually figure out the direction that we need to move in. All right. There's no wrong answer here. Use your imagination. A lot of times, you know what's crazy is like a lot of times our imagination is limited by our environment. So if you ever get an opportunity to explore new environments, it's definitely going to open you up to a different way of thinking. So I encourage you to do that. Let me share this one more time. So take some time and like try to think about where you would like to be next year, what you would like your life to look like, and then we're gonna kind of go backtrack from there. Okay. But it starts here. It starts here, getting something on paper, getting your ideas and getting your thoughts out to paper. You understand? And then we'll go into like an action plan. So think about that. Let me just share this real quick. Think about what that's going to look like next year. How big and powerful that's going to be. Okay, so let's go to the next one, guys. Okay, so look, we have to remember, like we have to get a little bit more detailed with this. So don't say like I want like I would like to have an investment property next year. I would like to have a new car next year. I would like to have this much money. Okay. Describe how you would feel with that. How would like just visualize how you would feel in that, and whenever you achieve that. You understand? Figure out how you would feel after how you have achieved that to-do list. You know what I mean? Let me share this real quick. Just sharing this real quick with some people. Visualize and just really think of how you would want that to, how you would want to look, how you would feel, how would your family feel, how would your kids feel, you know, with this new achievement, this new obstacle that you overcome, something that's been bothering you for a long time, and you said, you know what, this year I'm going to go after it, and we're just going to kill it. We're going to go after it. We're going to be relentless about it, and we're going to put all our energy to move the needle forward this year. I mean, you know, you're limited on this earth, man. So you have to make every action count, you know. So it's going to be very important to use every day to move that needle, man. You know, move that needle forward. One of my buddies was like, man, you know what? Like I gave up. He's like, I gave up drinking because it takes me 2 days to recover. He goes, it takes me 2 days to recover. So I know that every time I drink, I'm losing 2 days. And I was like, man, that's big. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm gonna give you this PDF in the download. You can download this PDF, and what I suggest is downloading it and then put it on a flash drive, and then go to like FedEx or go somewhere where they make color copies. Get a hole puncher, and then put it in a binder. Okay, look. So what we did was we went with like the someday, they call someday goals, right? So the destination is going to be like, okay, what do you want your life to look like? Like, what do you want your life to look like when it's all said and done? Okay, when it's all said and done, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to be remembered as? Right. So a good way to think about this is like, just think about if they were having to write your obituaries. What would they write your life was about? What would they write that you accomplished? What were some of the things that you accomplished, the big milestones, the big things that you accomplished in your lifetime? Okay, that's going to be the final destination. The 5-year milestone, we're going to come back. Okay, in 5 years, how would you want your family to look, your job, your business, your finance, your relationship, your health, your spiritual, your personality? How would you want that to look? And so what we're doing is we're going wide, and then we're going to bring it back. And so we're going to go wide, and we're going to bring it back, okay? And the reason why this is important is because, look, when they say like balance, like you got to have a balanced life, these are the areas that you need to focus on balancing. Because right now, you can actually do this right now and say, okay, you know what? My family, where am I at? What from 1 to 10, where exactly am I at with my family relationship? You know, maybe you've committed a majority of your time to just working all the time, and you neglected this. You know, maybe you have a job, but you also have you want to open a side business, but you're not committing the weekends to your business like you should be, because you're tired of work. So how look at that balance. What about your finances? Maybe you're just working, you're making good money, and your finances are good, but maybe you have a lot of debt. Maybe you're not saving as much as you should because you're making more money, you're spending more. Maybe your savings is not a point. What about your relationship? What about if you're making more money? Maybe you're not making enough money, and you're arguing with your spouse, your partner. You're arguing more because of the money thing, right? What about your health? Maybe because you're working so much, you neglected your health. So go back and say, okay, let me rate these things. What about your spiritual? What's your spiritual connection? Like, are you connecting with the higher self, and being able to motivate yourself, and being able to have those spiritual conversations with yourself, to put yourself at a different state of mind? Because look, no one is gonna change you more than yourself. No one's going to change you more than you changing yourself and you deciding, hey, I want to change myself. Your personality, do you need to change that personality? Like, is it time for a change? So this is a 5-year milestone. That's what this is, milestone 5-year milestone. So what we're doing, we're going back, and we're going to get down to next year here shortly. So like what we're doing, we're going 5, 3, and then 1, right? So like 5, 3. We're going to go through the same process. How do you want that to look in those 3 years? And then when it comes to 1, so this is going to be next year. How do you want the next year to look like? How do you want December 31st, 2023 to look like next year? How do you want that to look? And now you can come in and start to put some details in here. And this is going to be like, this exercise is for you. This exercise is for you just to kind of say, hey, you know what? I just want to put my because goals. I want to put my one day goals. I want to just put like, I want to be a kid again. I want to just use my imagination and have fun. So put all that, you're going to put all that here. Okay. Have fun with it, man. Have fun with it. Be open with it. And that's how you enjoy life, man. You just go for it. And hey, you know what? Like, a very powerful story, man. They interviewed a bunch of old people, right? They were in the deathbed, They were in a hospice. A hospice is where you're gonna go like when you're pretty much ready. You're about to, your life's about to be over, and you go to a hospice, and they're caring for you there, and like you kind of have a little bit of time to live, and it's very quiet, and people are just kind of like walking, whispering and stuff like that, And so they were asking some of the people like, what are some regrets you had in your life? And some of those regrets were like, man, I wish I would have had more family events. I wish I would have started, I wish I would have left my old job and started a new job, because I was miserable at that job, and I wish I would have just left and tried to find another job. I wish I would have opened that business. I wish I would have saved more, to leave more for my kids. I wish I would have, worked on my relationship more. I wish I would have took the time to invest in that. I wish I would have worked out more. I wish I would have got more spiritually connected, and been open to listen. Personality like this. There was a lot of regrets. So you want to make sure that you don't have any regrets, So think about that. That's something to think about too, moving into the next year, is like, so just think about this. So it's December 31st, 2023. Do you have any regrets? So you can eliminate them, write them down, say, hey, I don't want to have any regrets the next year. So look, it's not that we have little time, but the more time, but more than we waste, a good deal of it. Okay. That's a good quote right there. Yeah. So it's not that we have a little time, it's just we just waste a lot of time. And so we waste a lot of time on distractions and things that don't move us forward into what we're trying to do. And so at the end of the day, we're like saying, man, like, I don't have enough time. No, it's just that you waste a lot of time not having the routine, not having anything on paper, not having a direction. So you're going in all different directions. So, man, that's very powerful. So we don't have little time, it's just we waste time, man. So think about that. And then look, we're going to come back down. So this is 6 months. So look, what we're doing is we're going from 5, 3 to 1. So we're breaking everything down to get more specific on what actions we need to do moving into the next year. So take some time again and just write down what that 6-month marker would look like. Write down what that 6-month marker would look like, and what changes, have been made. What changes would you like to make in these areas right here? And then we're going to come down to the 6. And then the 1 year. I mean, this is the 1 month. So in 1 month, what would you want your life to look like? So like, this is good to plan now for. And so the reason why we did it to the 5, the 3, the 1 is because you don't want to do 1 month and then you fall off the next month. So you have a long year strategy, right? So look, what do you want your next month to look like? What do you want to have happen next month by the end, January 30th or whatever, 2023? What do you want that to look like? So we're breaking things down backwards. Be content to act and leave the talking to others. So a lot of times we just want to talk and we don't want to act. So let's do the acting now. Let's take the action. Let's take the action, what needs to be done, and move forward. Okay, so look, what massive action do you do this week to get get one step closer? So what do you have to do this week coming up to get a step closer? Maybe it might be to finish your yearly planning. That might be and so look, we want to do the thing that's least resistance. So maybe it's like, okay, maybe it's print out this and put it in a binder. That could be, maybe it's save it and put it on a hard drive, flash drive. So that can be the one step. That can be the one step that moves you forward. So maybe you're like, you know what? All I need to do is make sure that I print this out, put it in a flash drive, and go get it color copied and put it in a binder. And if I have it in a binder, that's one step. Like that's one step. So maybe you don't want to do write everything down right now, but at least you take that one step. If you take that one step, it's going to move you a step further. You know, and then what massive action can you do today to get one step closer? Maybe that's the step today that you just say, hey, you know what? I know tonight we're gonna party. I know tonight it's New Year's. I know New Year's Eve. I know tonight it's gonna whatever. I want to just do this before. It's not gonna take you that long to do it. You understand? It's not gonna take you that long to do it. Download the PDF, save it, go get it printed, and you're good to go. That's gonna get you one step closer to accomplishing your goals. Your to-do list. Remember, we're not talking goals, we're saying to-do list. So look, action equals king. The cash flow is controlled by your habits. So look, like I said, the routine forms the habits, and the habits generate the cash flow. For example, if I say, you know what, in the morning, get up at 6, go over my plans for the week, for the month, for the week, the day, the month, the week, the month. Then get my meal ready. Figure out the 5 or the 4 people I need to contact to give me the new money. And you do this every day. Like you're like, okay, who are the 3 people I need to call a day? What deals do I need to close today? What 2 deals? What 1 deal? What 3 deals do I need to close today? And so you start your day off in that routine, and then that forms your habit to get the money. Okay. To change a habit is required to increase your income. Okay. So that's exactly right. Like if you want to increase your income, you got to change your habits. You got to check out your routine. Your routine is off. So like maybe just tweak your routine going into 2023. Just tweak it and play around with your routine. Write it down on paper. Do you have your routine written down? So write your routine down. So that can be the next step, right? Is say, okay, you know what? I got the calendar. I'm gonna map out my routine that are gonna help me form these new habits. That way, I can increase the cash flow, increase the income. There it is, guys. Habit is king. So the switch, the move, the payday. So the routine is almost going to be the switch to form the habit to give you the payday. You know, and so it all comes down to that routine. The massive action is also like a switch. See it whenever you see the massive action, it's going to remind you of all these things that we need to implement, all these little things that we need to get our machine running. Take a screenshot of this. So poor people versus I want to share something on this. Poor people versus rich versus poor, right? Poor people see money as let me see if I can minimize this. Poor people see money as used to pay bills. Rich people see money as ways to make more money. How can I invest it? You understand? And rich people understand that, you know, you got to create the routine to form these habits to enjoy the nice things. Poor people don't like change. They like to stay comfortable. You got to push through the hard and uncomfortable things to get to the good things. So that's it, man. break down and now when we start to think about everything we want in life, it's like we might get overwhelmed. This is normal, but we gotta stay focused. We'll do this to break down and visualize the small actions. So like it's gonna be overwhelming at first. It's gonna sound overwhelming. It's because you're not comfortable doing it. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna feel. It's kind of like you going to when you're little, went to baseball practice the first time, football practice the first time, it felt uncomfortable. But after a while, you got to get used to it. It's like everything. Like you're uncomfortable at first, but once you get used to it, you adapt to it. We're adapters. We're adapters. The thing is is we fail to push ourselves to adapt to better things. You understand? We fail to push ourselves to adapt to better things, to better ways, because think about it. The easier things you don't have to adapt to, they're just comfortable. So let me ask you this. If someone picked you up, right, and they took you across the country and they left you there with $100 and you had to survive, you would survive. You would adapt. You wouldn't die. You'll figure out how to eat. You'll figure out how to stay warm. You'll figure out how to get food. You'll figure out how to get water. You'll figure out shelter. You'll figure it out. You won't let yourself die. You'll adapt. You understand? And so it's the same thing. Whenever you want to elevate yourself, you got to take yourself to a higher level, to a higher place, to a harder place, and you adapt. You adapt. Visualization and practice. So look, guys, I'm going to send you all this stuff. If you download the PDF, you'll get all this stuff and you can read through it and you'll understand everything that it means. But I definitely want you to start by taking the smaller actions. I got some links here. The case study there. But look, guys, start by doing the simplest thing, man. Like, so even if you just download it and you put it on a flash drive and you go get a copy and you get it in a book, like definitely do that. That's going to be, at least you have something to look at. You'll have it at your house. You'll have it in your car. You'll have something to remind you that, hey, you know what? There's a way to get better. There's a way to get to your destination. There's a way to do it, right? We have a band. It's an alliance band. We do some Zooms on there, and we do some webinars on there. I'll put the link below on that as well. One thing that I would highly encourage you to look into is looking for someone to hold you accountable, a mentor, a coach, maybe someone, one of your family members, a friend. If you don't have anybody that you can trust or anybody someone that you can just share your thoughts with and says, hey man, this is what I want to do. Join the alliance, join the band group. It's a free, it's like a chat group. And if you have any questions there, man, we'll definitely help you with those obstacles. But make sure y'all have a good year. Make sure y'all take some time and just write down what y'all want to do. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that I was able to add some value to you. I'm going to add some other stuff too. If you have a business, we have people that have businesses and people that don't have businesses. We have people that are in real estate. We have people that do a bunch of different careers, businesses. But if you're a business owner, so you always want to go back to the data, right? So this is going to be another bonus, some bonus stuff that I want to add. But you always want to review your last year's numbers. So you want to go and see, okay, what was the total sales? How many clients? Divide that. That's going to give you an average. It's going to give you an average number, whatever that average ticket is. Then you can say, okay, next year I want to do X amount. So now you know how many people you have to increase by that. And so we can do a private video on that if y'all like. But that's just going to be breaking down your marketing strategy for your business. But definitely do that so you can see exactly where your business is at, where you want to take it, and you can figure out what you need to do to increase that number. For example, let's say if you did a million in sales, right? So you'll do a million. Let's say you did 500. Let's say it's 500. Let's say it's just say, let's just do simple now. Say it's 100,000, right? Say you did 100,000 in sales. Okay. And you had, let's say you did 100,000 in sales and you had maybe 80 clients, right? So you do 100,000 divided by 80. Divided by 80. Oh shit. 100,000 divided by 80. That's 1,250. So that means your average client is paying you 1,250. So if you want to go to 200,000 in sales, then you have to do 160. You have to do 160 clients. So now you have a target. And so now you break that down and say, okay, for the year, we have to do 160. So we do 160 divided by 12. That's 13 a month. So now you have a monthly target. Then you divide that by 4. So there's 4 weeks in a month. So that's 3.3 clients a week. So now you have a target for the week. You understand? And if you want to divide that by days, by 5 days, that's 0.6. So you need to at least make. So now you know how many calls you need to make. So if you say, okay, you know what? I need to make 3 calls. I need to get 3 customers a week. How many calls do I need to make? So you start testing. You start testing your data. So you say, okay, if I make 100 calls and I lock in 1, that means that every 100 calls leads to 1 client. You understand? Or every 50 leads to 1. Every 5 appointments leads to 1 client. So you start to figure out those numbers, and now you know how to increase them. Okay. So hey guys, once again, massive action 2023. I'm excited. Look out the band. I'm gonna put the band link below. It's just an app where you can chat, you can share documents. As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is what I'm gonna do to make it simple is I'm gonna put this document in the band. Okay. So if you want the document, go to the link and just join the band. It's free to join. Just sign up. And then you'll see where it says files. I'll put it in the files, and I'll put all the other books are in there as well. So you'll get that, and you'll get like about 10 other books. So check out the band. Hope you all enjoyed the live. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.